Okay, so now we will cut our scene whenever the camera hits the box collider right here. Okay, we will add box collider somewhere right here. So for that, what we will do, we will actually create an empty game object, and let's name this as CutScene ender. Okay, as you can see here it is. Let's add a box collider on right here to this, make it is triggered, and as you can see there it is. Let me actually move this up there. So there it is now. Let's click on edit. This is the box collider. Okay, now what we will do with this box collider is whenever the camera hits this box collider, we will end our scene. But for that we need to work on our camera as well. Okay, so as you know, we have added our box collider and it is set to is triggered. Now if we click on our cutscene camera, now we will move this camera in a way that it will just go ahead and get inside that box collider. Okay, so right here when they say we will shoot you right here right now, okay, then from here we will move our camera even further. Okay, so this is the cutscene camera. First of all, what we will do, right here we will click on start recording. Okay, and we will click on this cutscene camera. There it is. Okay, so this will be the position of the cutscene camera. Okay, till this point the position of the cutscene camera will be the same. Okay, because we want the cutscene camera to be in the same position right here. So in order to do that, let's make this 1.89 and change it to 1.88 again. Okay, so now as you can see, it has captured that. Now if we stop the recording, you will notice that this camera will be in the same position for a while, and then from now here in the forward direction we will now change the camera position again. So we can just click on record. Now let's move this further. Okay, when he aims at the player, okay, what we will do from here is move the camera forward. For example, right here. Okay, and then right here we can just extend the box collider, and right here we will end the cutscene. Okay, you can work on this camera even more if you want. Okay, but I will just leave this as it is. As you can see, they will start their dialogue, then from here the camera will move forward like that. Okay, as you can see. So now this is the camera position right here. Okay, now what we will do is click on our cutscene ender. Let's click on edit. Let's move this box collider right like this. Okay, and then let's click on our cutscene ender. Then right here, what we will do, we will click on this scripts, and on this scripts let's go inside the cutscene, and right here let's create a new C# script by the name of cutscene ender script. Then click on this cutscene ender and drag and drop the cutscene ender script right there. Okay, and now what we will do with our cutscene ender, that as I told you, when the cutscene will be playing, okay, then we will not show the player UI. Okay, so now we can just simply deactivate the player. Okay, deactivate the main player, and actually before deactivating the main player, let's double click on the main player. Okay, as you can see here it is. Let's move this main player closer to our player cutscene. Okay, so if we click on our player, there he is. Let's move him right here. This is our player, so let's move him in here. That is it. And let me actually move this square up there. That is it. And now right here we can just simply deactivate the player, okay, because whenever the cutscene ends we will start the game from this point. So that's why make sure that you move your main player right here and also the cutscene player as well. Okay, so now deactivate the main player and also the player cutscene, because this will be activated when the bus hits the box collider right there. Okay, so now deactivate the main player, then also let's go ahead and deactivate the minimap camera. Okay, deactivate minimap camera, then also minimap canvas, and also we need to deactivate this mission information panel. So as you can see, this is inside the save canvas, so we will actually deactivate the save canvas as well. Then we don't need this health bar and these other things as well. So if we deactivate the player UI, as you can see that everything is also removed. Okay, so in this way deactivate all of that. And now as you know that we have this cutscene ender, so now whenever the camera bumps into this cutscene ender, what we will do at that point, we will then, as you know, whenever the cutscene ends we will activate our main player and deactivate the cutscene player. Okay, first let me tell you that which things we will be activating: the player, okay, the player cameras, the crosshair, the ammo out canvas. Okay, not the ammo out canvas, because as you know it will be shown whenever the ammo is out, so forget that. Okay, then we will show the player UI and the minimap camera, minimap canvas, and save canvas, and then we will deactivate this cutscene, the player cutscene as well, the rebels, the bus cutscene camera, and all of these things, okay, which is for the cutscene. We will deactivate these things whenever the cutscene ends, okay, because we then don't need this. Okay, so now as you know we have this cutscene ender script right here, so let's open this up. And now we need to create a reference to all of the things. So first of all we will add a header, and in this header we will say things, or actually game objects to activate. Okay, and let's also create another header. This will be game objects to deactivate. Now in objects, game objects to activate, as I told you we need a reference to our player, so let's count them. So the player, this will be our first thing, then the cameras, so 1 2 3 4, then 5, then player UI 6, then 7 8 9, and that is it. We need to activate these 9 things. So first of all let's say public game object, and let's name this as our main player. Okay, then after the player we need the cameras, so main camera, third person camera, and aim camera. So public game object, let's name this as main camera. Then in the same way let's do it for the third person camera and also aim camera. Then after the aim camera we need a reference to our crosshair, so public game object crosshair. Then after the crosshair we need a reference to our player UI, so let's say public game object player UI. Then the minimap camera and minimap canvas, so minimap camera and minimap canvas. And after this we need a reference to our save canvas as well, so we will say save canvas. Okay, save canvas, and that is it. Now the things to deactivate is this cutscene, then the player cutscene, then rebel 1, rebel 2. So let's go ahead and say player game object, let's say cutscene timeline, Okay, then after this it is the player cutscene. So player cutscene, I know this way is a little bit harder and lengthier, but this is the way I did it. Okay, so rebel 1, rebel, and then the bus. So rebel 1, rebel 2, then the bus, then the cutscene camera, show player collider and cutscene end. So cutscene camera, and then the show player collider. So show player collider, and then the cutscene ender collider. That is it. So now once you have added all of these references, then get back to Unity. Let's click on our cutscene ender. Here it is. Okay, now let's add all of these things. So drag and drop the main player, then the main camera, then the third person camera, then the aim camera, then the crosshair, then the player UI, then the minimum camera, then the minimum canvas, and then the safe canvas. Okay, then after this we will drag and drop the cutscene timeline, then the player cutscene, then rebel 1, rebel 2, then the bus, then the cutscene camera, then the show player collider, and then the cutscene ender. That is it. Okay, so we have added all of the references. Now let's say that whenever our cutscene camera bumps into this cutscene ender, we want to activate and deactivate all of these things. So first of all, let's click on this cutscene camera. Okay, there it is. Let's add a tag to this camera by the name of cutscene camera. Okay, click save cutscene camera. Let's click on cutscene camera and add this tag. Then get back right here, and as we did right here, okay, so we can just simply copy this from here, paste it right here, and then we will say that if the cutscene camera collides with the cutscene ender collider, what we will now do, we will first activate the things. So we will say activate things, or actually let's first of all deactivate, okay, the things. So the first one is this one. So let's right here say dot set active false. Okay, copy this and paste it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then let's copy that, paste it right here, and do the same for the other ones. Okay, like this. Then now let's activate things. So for that we will say dot set active true, and then let's copy this, paste it 9 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, then let's copy all of this and paste it right here like this. Okay, and if we just save this, get back to Unity. Now if we play the game, you will notice that as we know that we have deactivated the player and everything, so it will give us an error for the gangster and the police officers. Whoops. Okay, so if we click on this, as you can see, it is giving an errors on the police officers. Okay, so what we will do with this, we will actually deactivate the gangsters and all of these officers. Okay, so what we will do first of all is let's select the FBI officer, and police officer, this one. Okay, and let's create a empty game object. Oops, not create an empty game object. Actually we need to create a parent game object for these three. Okay, so click on empty parent, and in here let's say police officers. Okay, just as we did for the gangster, do it for the police officers as well. And then once you do that, now let's add a reference to our gangsters and police officers as well. So if we get back right here, we will say in the things to activate, let's add a public game object for the police officers and also for the gangsters as well. So you will say public game object gangsters. Then if we scroll down right here in things to activate, let's activate the gangster first of all. I mean the police officer, then the gangsters. Okay, so we will say police officers and then gangsters. That is it. Now if we get back right here, then select the gangsters and the police officers, deactivate both of them. That is it. And if we play the game, it will still give out an error because in the tier UI we have the wanted level script, and the wanted level script is missing for the police officer clones, as you can see. So in order to fix that, if we click on our waypoint origin, as you can see, we have the police spawner, police 2 spawner and FBI spawner. So now in order to fix this, we need to deactivate these scripts, okay, when we are playing the cutscene, and we will activate them back whenever the cutscene ends. Okay, so now in order to do this, let's deactivate the script first of all. Okay, like that. Then as you know, we already have added the reference to police officer and gangsters. Now let's add a reference to the scripts. So the first one is the police spawner script. So let's add a reference to it, police spawner, and let's name this as police spawner. Okay, or just PS. Then we have the other script, which is police 2 spawner. So let's name this as police 2 spawner. Okay, then we have the FBI spawner, so we will say public FBI spawner. Right here you will be needing to type the script name, then say FBI spawner. Okay, if I show you the script's name right here, it is police spawner, police 2 spawner and FBI spawner. Okay, so police spawner, police 2 spawner and then FBI spawner. Now we have the references. Now in the activate things right here, we will say police spawner dot get component, and we want to get the police spawner script. Okay, so then we will say, if when we get the police spawner script, we will say dot enabled equals to true. Okay, we will enable this police spawner, okay, like this. Okay, so once we enable that, now it is time for the other two as well. So the next one is the police 2 spawner. So police 2 spawner, and right here type P2S as well, and then right here FPIS, it is in small, so FPI spawner. Okay, and right here type the script name as well. So in this way you will be then able to activate these three scripts. Okay, so right here this will activate these three scripts, and make sure that you deactivate them like this. Let me copy that name and paste it right here. That's it. Now if we get back right here, as you can see, everything is set up. Now if we click on our cutscene camera, right here we will be needing to add a box collider and rigid body on our cutscene camera, because if it hits like this with the cutscene ender, then nothing will happen. Okay, so just as we did for the bus, let's do it for the cutscene camera as well. Add a box collider to this camera. So click right there, add a box collider. There it is. Let's make its size a little bit smaller like that. Okay, then with this also add a rigid body as well, and that is it. And make sure on the cutscene ender this is triggered is true. And also Add the police officer's reference gangster and also the script references. For the script, you just need to drag and drop this waypoint origin and it will then automatically select the scripts. So if we click on this and add the waypoint origin in there, that is it. Okay, now we are ready to test this game. So let's click on the game view, let's maximize, click on play, and now you will notice that there is no errors, and now as you can see we have a fully functional beautiful cutscene. Okay, as you can see the bus will move like this. For now the bus tires are not rotating, but don't worry, we will work on that. I know this section is a lot more lengthier than the other ones, but you will be just needing to do the same thing as I did. Okay, so when the bus hits with this, as you can see there is our player standing and they are coming towards the player. And when they come right here, they
Hey,
will
what's in
start
the
talking.
bag? Show it to me.
It's none of your business.
Just give us the bag or we will shoot
And
you
now you
right
will
here,
notice
right
that
now.
whenever the camera hits with the collider, as you can see our game starts. Okay, we have the minimap right there, the missions, health, ammo, health bar, everything set up. And as you can see the police officers are right here as well now. Okay, so in this way you can add your own beautiful cutscene. Okay, as you can see now we have a beautiful cutscene right here, and with our cutscene created, now the next thing which we will be doing is rotating the bus tires. It is simple. Okay, so we will do that in the upcoming videos. With this done, I will see you guys in the next one.